In this video, we are going to determine the integral of e to the x times cosine of x dx. So first we see we're not able to just take the antiderivative of this by looking at it. The next strategy we might want to try using is u substitution. Now if I want to use u substitution, I really only have two choices for u. I can either choose u to be e to the x or cosine of x. And neither of these is quite helpful because the derivative is not really going to be here or used here. Now, what's another technique we know? Well, we know integration by parts. So what does integration by parts tell us? Let's review. So integration by parts tells me that if I have the integral of u dv, that is equal to u times v minus the integral of v du. So one way you can remember this is uv vdu. Now, what we have to do is choose what u is going to be and what dv is going to be. So here we have the integral of e to the x cosine of x dx. So I'm going to let u be cosine of x, and then so I'll let u be cosine of x, and then du is going to be the derivative of cosine of x, which is negative sine of x dx. Now if u is cosine of x, then that means e to the x dx needs to be my dv. Great. Now if dv is e to the x dx, then what is v? It's going to be the antiderivative of this, which is e to the x. Okay, so if we put all this together, what does integration by parts tell me? It tells me the integral of e to the x cosine of x dx is equal to u times v minus the integral of v du. Negative sine of x dx. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite this just a little bit because I have minus the integral of something times minus something, which is going to be plus that integral. So I'm going to rewrite this as e to the x cosine of x plus integral of e to the x sine of x dx. Okay, but now we have another problem to solve. Now we have this integral of e to the x sine of x dx to solve. So again, we do the same thing we did before, right? We can't do u substitution, so we'll try to do integration by parts. So for here, I'm going to do something similar where I'll let u equal sine of x. So then if u is sine of x, what's du? Well, what's the derivative of sine of x? It's cosine of x dx. And now if u is sine of x, then that means the rest of what's in that integral needs to be dv. So dv is going to be e to the x dx, and like we saw before, the antiderivative of that, which is v, is equal to e to the x. Great, so now we have the integration by parts set up for this integral. So what does this tell me? This tells me that the integral of e to the x sine of x dx equals u, which is sine of x, times v, which is e to the x, minus the integral of v, which is e to the x, times du, which is cosine x dx. Uh-oh, what do we see here? Do you notice anything? Now we have another integral that we need to solve, this integral of e to the x times cosine of x dx, but that integral is the same as the integral we started with. So if we put all this together, what do we have? I'm going to call this integral, let's say we call it I, right? So I'm going to say this equals I. I have I equals what we have before, right? e to the x cosine of x plus this integral of e to the x sine of x dx over here, right? Which is sine, or I'll write this as e to the x sine of x, right? That's just coming from over here. And it's minus I. Right? What's underlined in pink is I. So now we're just going to solve this like an algebra problem. So I'm going to add I to both sides. We want to isolate I. So we have 2I equals, and I'm going to factor out this e to the x. So I have 2I equals e to the x times cosine of x plus sine of x. Now I want to isolate I, so I'm going to divide both sides by 2. So I have I equals e to the x times cosine of x plus sine of x all over 2. Now again, what was I? We can just do that substitution. We have that right here. I is the original integral that I wanted to solve. So this tells me that the integral of e to the x times cosine of x dx equals e to the x times cosine of x plus sine of x all over 2. And so this here is our final answer. If this video was helpful, feel free to like and subscribe. But before I say that, I'm just going to add one more thing, which is this is an indefinite integral, so there should be a plus c here. And I should have put a plus c when I evaluated, well, I guess I never really evaluated I, but there should be a plus c there. So now this is our final answer. Now you can like and subscribe.